Take a moment and just breathe. Not to rush into thought, not to prepare a response, just to arrive. Because before we talk about faith or scripture or behavior, we need to talk about presence. Not what you say, not what you believe on paper, but what you release into the world, often without even realizing it. Welcome. I'm genuinely glad you're here. And I mean that because you could be doing many other things right now, but you chose this moment. Wherever you may be listening, in your car, in your kitchen, on a walk, or in a quiet moment you had to fight for, you're welcome here. This is Beyond Belief. Faith is not a finish line. It's not a trophy. It's not something you tick off once you've arrived. Faith is the journey you're already on. Questions that linger, moments that unsettle you, places where certainty gives way to trust. Here we explore the edges of Christianity. We return to the ancient stories, and we encounter a God who refuses to stay inside the boxes we build for him, often just when we think we've worked him out. I've been thinking a lot about ripples lately. You know how it works. You drop a stone into still water, and the water doesn't argue with it. It just responds. The ripples move outward, and eventually it reaches the edge. What I've learned, sometimes uncomfortably, is this. Everything we release carries momentum, and very little of it simply disappears. I wish I could tell you I always get this right, but I don't. Some mornings I wake up really irritated, running late, mentally rehearsing arguments with people who haven't even contacted me yet. And I tell myself, I didn't say anything wrong. And that may be true, but my tone did, my sigh did, my silence did, rolling my eyes did. And honestly, that preached louder than any sermon. And then, almost without fail, the day responds. People become guarded, conversations feel strained, everything feels heavier than it needs to be. But there are other days when I slow down, days when I choose patience, not because I feel especially spiritual, but because I don't want to live constantly wound tight. Same responsibilities, same pressure, same diary, different posture. Life didn't change. I did. And what I sent out didn't vanish. It traveled through the day and found its way back. A while ago, I woke up exhausted and under pressure. I snapped at someone over something small, nothing dramatic, and I walked away feeling justified. I told myself they were being too sensitive. But the atmosphere changed, not loudly or explosively, just quietly heavier. Small irritations multiplied. The tension I had released made its way back, not sharper, just more present. On another morning, same life, same demands, I slowed down. I took a breath. I offered a simple prayer, nothing impressive. I didn't manage the day perfectly. I simply showed up differently. And that day, people felt more at ease. Conversations flowed more naturally. Challenges were still there, but they felt lighter. Life hadn't changed. I had. Take a moment now and think about your most recent conversation, today or yesterday or a week ago. Not just what you said, but also how you said it. What did your tone release into that space? Now, this isn't just my experience. You can feel the frustration in a room before anyone speaks. You can sense calm without it being explained. You can walk into a space and know something has happened there, even if no one names it. Proverbs 15 says, A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Notice, it's not only about words, it's about tone, timing, posture. 1 John 3 says, "Let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth." Love can speak, but actions complete the thought. Negativity doesn't need to shout, it only needs room. And given time, it returns. So why does this ripple effect work at all? Because this is how God works. Isaiah 55 says, "So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty." When God speaks, things change. Light enters darkness. Order replaces chaos. Hope arrives unannounced. In John 1, we read, "The Word became flesh and made his dwelling amongst us." God didn't just describe love, he embodied it. In Genesis, we read, "So God created mankind in his own image," which means your influence isn't accidental. Your presence carries weight. Your words and actions are not just passing. They carry power because you were created in the image of God. They won't return empty either, just like his words don't. In Matthew 7, Jesus says, "By their fruit you will recognize them." Fruit is not effort, it's overflow. What returns to you is not coincidence. It's the visible outcome of what has been cultivated. And then James warns us, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Think of Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, sold as a slave, falsely accused and completely forgotten. Yet every act of integrity planted something unseen. And when the ripples returned, it didn't return as comfort, it returned as influence. The ripples Joseph created determined the authority he later carried in public. Negativity doesn't only affect others, it constricts you. It narrows your joy. In Ephesians 4, Paul tells us, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger." Because bitterness is like taking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. Jesus tells us in Luke 6, "Give, and it will be given to you. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." Not only money, but also patience, grace, presence, attitude. In Hebrew, there is the word shalom, which is commonly translated as peace. But shalom is not just the absence of conflict, it's wholeness, life aligned as it should be. Every small choice either contributes to shalom or quietly diminishes it. Reacting is easy. Responding, however, requires intention. You don't choose kindness because it's deserved. You choose it because you are shaping what will return. Imagine this with me. Homes where tone matters as much as truth. Workplaces where attitudes don't erode culture. Churches where love feels real. In Galatians 6, Paul says, "A person reaps what they sow." Not as a threat, as a promise. If sowing works, then healing works, grace works, faithful consistency works. What you release today does not disappear. It travels, and in time, it returns. So my prayer for you is simple. May your words bring life. May your actions bring healing. May your presence bring steadiness, not strain. May the ripples you release carry peace further than you ever see. And may the rooms you enter feel just a little more whole because you are there. Thank you for listening to Beyond Belief. If something has stayed with you, challenged you, or quietly named something familiar, don't rush past it. Carry it into your next conversation, your next response, your next ordinary moment. What you send out does not fade away. So choose with care, choose with intention, and choose with grace. Until next time, God bless.